top 5 tips for looking after the financial side of your club and increasing your revenue. The first one, all clubs are underpinned by membership or registration fees. Obviously starting there is really important. For me, there's 2 elements to it as well that I'd sort of distinguish between. First of all is obviously how you collect the fees. Depending on the type of club you've got, it can be a bit hard to, hound particularly younger players and that sort of stuff for their registrations. So make sure you set up a really good process. I'd encourage you to do it online. It's really important to be able to track and keep a good register of who's paid and who hasn't. And also potentially offer some flexibility to the players. If they have different circumstances, then it doesn't necessarily have to be one size fits all. The second tip I'd have about increasing your revenue specifically to the membership is just make sure you communicate the value of the membership to your players. Again, if I use an example from my time at West Coast, we were really struggling to collect fees off some of the players, and it wasn't until we actually sat down and showed them what it cost the club to put them on the park, and we were able to show them that actually they were getting an absolute bargain. We might charge them $450, but it was costing the club just to put them on the park and give them that environment, well north of $1,000 per year. So once they realised they were getting great value, it was a lot easier to have that conversation. The third bit of advice I'd give in terms of increasing your revenue of a club, it's a bit of a Grinch bit of advice, but make sure if you're selling food and drink, if you've got a canteen or a bar or a tuck shop running, make sure you're selling things at the right price. It's very tempting to want to give it away, but people are still getting a bargain. If they're going to go to a pub and pay $10 for a beer, make sure they're paying at least a reasonable price at your club. It might, be a bit of a Grinch type thing. It won't be super popular when you put the price of beer up by 50 cents or $1, but at the end of the day, it's still a really good environment you're providing and people are willing to pay for that. The fourth area I'd suggest is really, I think, a great one for increasing your revenue, specifically on the fundraising side. Raffles. There's obviously lots of different types of them, whether it's the chook raffle or the meat tray, all the way up to something a bit bigger. I think there's a couple of really important bits about doing a good raffle. One is on the prize side. Through your sponsors and your club network, hopefully you can turn up some pretty compelling prizes that will encourage people to buy tickets. The other thing is really important on the selling ticket side is just making sure people know that actually it's part of their commitment to the club. That if you can show your players or your members where the money goes back into, and put a bit of a line in the sand and say, look, we're asking everyone to sell, say, $100 worth of tickets. Once they know what they've got to work towards, it's a bit of an expectation on everyone then to do their bit. The fifth tip I'd give around the financial side of your club is less on the revenue side, but on the expenses side. And there's that old saying, a dollar saved is a dollar earned. Obviously you want to make good investments for your club, but it's really important to have a sustainable financial base. So if you're spending little bits here and there on stuff that isn't actually that important, make sure you sort of challenge that and cut some of the fat out. Spend on what really matters and then build up a nest egg so you can invest in the future.